Hey, I'm Dakota Black. I'm going to be talking about psychology. I've been accepted into a university that does the PsyD program, which is a doctorate in psychology. And one of the first things that we've been talking about, even on the bachelor level, is values. You got to have values. A lot of times the client's values won't match your own. So you got to be able to look past that. So you definitely have to have integrity. You got to have morals. Your values as a psychologist have to be high, because not only can you lose your job if you break these values or these morals, they're mandated by the state when you take your license test, so they can put you in jail. Um, Also, the job says here the different jobs that you do per day is you might be dealing with people that have schizophrenia, or you might deal with people with bipolar. You might deal with these types of mental health issues that you have to be able to talk um, with people. You have to be able to relate with people. You have to be able to, just altogether be good with people. Also, the skills you need. You got to have interpersonal skill relationships. You got to have communication. You most definitely have to have these things in order to make it as a psychologist. Um, because you are dealing with people. You're dealing with their lives. You're giving them direction. You're giving them hope. You're giving them, assignments sometimes that they can work when they're not in the psychologist's office, that they have to do on their own. It takes a lot of training to become a psychologist. Obviously, the bachelor, then you get your master's and the doctorate. I'm lucky enough that the school that I'm going to, I'll get my master's as I'm working towards my doctorate. And then, of course, I have the residency, which is 1 year working under a psychologist and or psychiatrist. Um, so yeah, that's the training that I have to go through, and obviously that's the education that I have to go through. And it talks about all the abnormal psych stuff in there. It talks about ethics. It talks about law. What can you do under certain situations? I'm looking at my list here. Salary. There's a range of salary. Starts from anybody I've talked to, or as it says in my brochure, it can go 55,000 and up, depending on what you're doing, where you're working, what type of patients you're working with. Me personally, I'm working with suicide prevention. I want to see what else I have on my list here. I have can't read it. Additional comments. Yeah, additional comments is what it says. Um, if you're a people person, if you like to help people, if you like these kind of things, then psychology is probably for you. If you're not a people person, if you're not good at running your own life, if you don't have values and ethics, then psychology isn't probably a profession that you want to get into. If you can't handle problems, if you can't do these kind of things that help people with their problems and do it ethically and hold your values, then psychology isn't probably for you. But if it is something that you're interested in, something that you can do, something that you like to do is help people, being a psychologist is great. The lady I talked to for my interview project, she's a psychologist inside of a jail. And actually, she enjoys working with those people very much, but she is such a people person, and she has high values and standards. And I keep talking about that because in psychology, I think that is the bottom line. And you got to have these values. So, with all that said, like I said, my name is Dakota Black. I'm working with suicide prevention and becoming a psychologist. And thank you.